Let's talk about how to pass the Bloomberg video interview. What's up guys, it's Mike from Job Ready English here with another video to help you get hired. Today we're going to be talking about the financial services information giant Bloomberg and how you can pass their video interview. As ever, if you want the best source of information and resources to help you pass the Bloomberg video interview, then make sure you check out the Pass the Interview pack down in the description below. Today we're going to be talking about their recruitment process, most common questions answered, and other questions that came up in our research from publicly available sources based upon what candidates reported being asked in the last 6 months. And I'm going to be reading this all from our research note, which you can find in the Pass the Interview pack. So let's get started. For Bloomberg's recruitment process, candidates reported it lasting about 2 months. They had an online test, a video interview of 9 questions, and then 2 more stages, which was a case study, and then finally a manager interview. For the most common questions, we identified 6. So let's go through them and talk about how to answer them, and then we'll cover a couple of other interesting questions we came across in a rapid fire round to think about how to best answer these questions. Question number 1, why do you want to work for Bloomberg? If you want an in-depth answer to this question, make sure you check the link up in the card below, which gives you an outline of how to answer this question in depth and also a free worksheet you can use to write out this answer yourself. So we're going to assume that you're going to get about 2 minutes to answer this question. This is just enough time for 5 unique facts, which you can actually find in our research note. So doing your research about Bloomberg, you can check their about us, their history, their general reports, their news. Bloomberg is actually a privately held company, so they don't release an annual report, but there's plenty of information out there. As a rough rule of thumb, it should only take you about 15 minutes to research this question. And when I say unique facts, I don't mean saying Bloomberg's a great company to work for because it's big and it's famous and I get to work with great people and blah blah blah. We mean really facts that you can't say about any other company. And if you want to make your answer even better, make sure that you personalize 1 or 2 of those facts to you. So for example, you might say Bloomberg's terminal is famous the world round, and I'm especially interested in this because I've taken the Bloomberg Market Concepts course, for example. So this is a way of really personalizing this fact to you. I like to use this in answers because otherwise it just sounds like a shopping list of facts that you're going through. Question number 2, why do you want to work in the financial markets? Now this is really relevant for people who maybe don't have a lot of knowledge about the financial markets. I tend to find when I've worked with candidates over the years, some people are just attracted to the financial markets because as a graduate they realise that there's lots of money that could be made in finance, and also there are people who have probably been trading and know about CNBC and Bloomberg and the Wall Street Journal and so on and so forth because they've been interested in it since they were 14. Right? So when you're thinking about why do you want to work in the financial markets, if you're one of those people who doesn't really know or is just getting interested in it, I suggest you read stuff like BBC Business News to get started. I always start people off here for general business and commercial awareness because I think the BBC really easily breaks down big market concepts and relate it to yourself and keep it honest as well. A lot of people generally involve it because problem solving, the fast-paced environment, and also, rapid career progression, and of course, making money. Question number 3, tell me about yourself. So if you want an in-depth answer to this, make sure you click the card up in the top right-hand corner where again, we go through this answer in depth and give you a free worksheet. When you're thinking about answering tell me about yourself, it's really 6 parts. So what are you doing now? What have you done before? What would you like to do in the future? What's your work experience? Extracurricular activities and skills, and finally your general interests. Any additional things we could know about you. So this might be technical skills, it could be languages, all of those types of things. So that's a good way to think about your personal introduction. Most people tend to get stuck on what they're doing now and then just talk about themselves and why they really want to do the job. So when you're breaking down a personal introduction, think about those 6 parts. Question number 4, I like this question. Tell me something which you found difficult in a previous project. I feel like this is a really good example for you to talk about a skill that you have learnt. For example, maybe you were expected to learn about a new subject, maybe you had to learn a new coding language, but what are the things that you did when you found something difficult? How did you persist? How did you show resilience? Maybe you put in a few extra hours outside of class. maybe you did a weekend course, maybe you bought a course online, but you showed some initiative to kind of go, wow, this is difficult, I'm going to need to spend some extra time on this. This is what I did and this is the result that I got. Question number 5, what are your strengths? If you had 2 minutes to answer this question, I would say you'd probably pick out 3 strengths. And if I was you, I would use the job description. So I would pick out from the job description maybe 3 of the key skills that I required. I would talk about the experience that I have in terms of those skills. So you could say, well, I'm really great at Excel because I've used it all throughout my course, and actually it was part of my finance module. So I'm really familiar with working with stuff in a cash flow statement, and I'm familiar with how a company is structured, as an example. So what you want to remember is strength plus experience equals good answer. Question number 6, tell me about a process which you made more efficient. Now I would say for most people, myself included, the process which I make more efficient is how I work or how I do things. Now this could be something in the workplace, but for example, for myself, a process which I've made more efficient is writing. So not only do I, produce content and own businesses, I'm a professional writer, basically. So what I found was a process which I made more efficient was writing. So I use a timer, I set 33 minutes on a timer, and I make sure that when I'm writing and the timer's going off, I can do nothing except write or do nothing. And what this forces me to do is to get really bored, procrastinate, and then end up writing. So that's an example of me making a process more efficient, more effective. It could be something that you did in the workplace, but I think for most people it's just learning how to study better, how to work better, how to focus, or how to concentrate better. So here are 5 other questions that we came across which we really liked. Who are Bloomberg's competition? Well, predominantly it's Thomson Reuters, but there are other newcomers out there, and I'm sure you can easily research that. Question number 2, tell me about your experience with finance. So this could be personally trading, this could be in your academics, this could be through your work experience, or just through your general hobbies. Question number 3, what are your weaknesses? So you're probably going to really want to outline one weakness, and to outline this, all you're going to want to do is just set out what is your weakness, make it reasonable, make it believable as well, and talk about the lesson that you learned to get better at this weakness. Question number 4, what sets you apart from other candidates? Time to really sell yourself, pull out your skills, relate them to the job description that you are applying to, and also maybe 1 or 2 cool things that people don't really know about you. Question number 5, apart from the Bloomberg terminal, what other product services that Bloomberg sell to generate revenue? There's heaps, and you can find those all on the Bloomberg website. A lot of them are B2B information services and financial products. Guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I wish you the best of luck with your Bloomberg video interview. If you like this video, if you want us to do more, if you want to tell us about your experience, drop us a comment down below. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I wish you the best of luck. See you later.